It's not the digital badges, guys. That is the genius part where it's connected to a physical thing in your physical world. That's the genius.
So I agree. So the Century Club, I was shocked because now I'm like.
So since you're getting into, well, not getting into, but since you're pitching this new audit component to a new offering for organizations and practices, would you, I mean, I'm open to it because I'm posting more video on our Instagram, although it's only got 180 something.
Doesn't matter.
It's first inning. But in the coming days or weeks or whatever, like if you wanted to, use that as a public audit, I'm totally fine with feedback. And then folks that are owners or decision makers or organizations and committees, they can see and hear you how you would break down a potential client or whatever. If you want, because you know me, I have thick skin, and there's a bunch of things that we're doing, and it's not completely organized, but I would love.
It's never going to be completely organized. This is one reason why I liked radio. Radio was constantly flying by at 10,000 miles an hour. It was a medium that was, and I didn't come up with this phrase, but I love it. It's a medium that is simultaneously created and destroyed. Social media isn't created and destroyed. It's saved, but it like finding stuff, like unless it's like curated in a playlist or done well, it's your feed. It's flying by. So it's never done. It's always, it's the Golden Gate Bridge. You are constantly painting from one side to the other. And when you're done there, you know the story of the Golden Gate Bridge, right? Because it's over the bay. They have to continually paint it or else it'll rust. But it takes so long to paint from one side, I don't know, north to south or east to west, that by the time you're done, they're just like, what do we do tomorrow? It's like, we go back to the first side and we start again. That's all this is. And I know it seems rat racy and it can be overwhelming. And that's why I try to explain to people like, oh, and it's way easier for me to do to other people than it is for me to do myself. As you know, in our group chat, when I'm like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? I'm constantly, that's what we're all doing. Way easier for you to do to someone else. But when you break it down to, and I shot 30, I actually put my money where my mouth was. I shot 30 days of content last night. Wrote the script.
For what? For who?
For this whole thing that I was talking about, GTMO. So
Gitmo. When I see that, I think Gitmo. I want to get Mo.
You could get Mo. See, now we're iterating.
I love it. Dude, if I didn't say that over messaging, there's some feedback. I see that and I'm like, I want to get Mo. I want to get more. I want to get more exposure, more patience, more impact, all that.
I'm glad you didn't see Gitmo because I was afraid that people would see Gitmo. Hopefully we're long enough away from Guantanamo Bay.
Yes. Yeah. That did not ring a bell. It was, I was kind of saying Gitmo, but get, but I was saying Gitmo.
So 7 days ago, I launched this. And then I said the Ignite Lab, that was what I was going to call this like sort of consulting company, creative company, digital marketing agency. And then I said it for a week and I was like, I don't like it. What do you do if you name your kid something and then like a week later you're like, this isn't, I'm not going to like
it. They do what you did, which is.
Do they really? Do they rename kids?
Sometimes. I've never heard that. Like in the first week or two of a kid's life, it's rare, but it happens.
Who's going to know?
Who's going to know? The kid doesn't even know.
So I decided to.
And Ignite Lab doesn't even know because now it's Gitmo.
It's Gitmo. So here's the logoing if you're watching a live stream, right? So it's like GTFO, right? We got a GTFO. Get the fun out of here.
Yeah.
So it's get the message out because this is friend and confidant Sky Donovan and her husband. She's close enough to me where she's like, I'm like, this is what I'm doing, friends, and she's like, I love it. And I'm like, what do you think of the name? And she's like, I don't like it. So she's like close enough friend that she could be like, that thing you're doing, it's not you. And that was the reasoning. She's like, it's not you. And then her husband is a writer and is very logical. And you need people like me and Brian. Her husband's name is Brian. You need us in your life because you got me all over the place and you got Brian the whole time. Looks like he's not paying attention in the corner. And the whole time he's just like doing math or something in his head. And he's like, what's he trying to do? And Scott was like, tell Brian. He's trying to just help people like, get the message out. I think she said something. He's like, so like get the message out, like GTFO, GTMO, and boom, then it's born. And I'm like, that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. ChatGPT didn't help me with this. They helped me with the graphic, which now I can spin it.
I love it. How am I going to do the Spotify, the iTunes?
So how are we going to get the message out? All the different ways. We can get them out all the ways, because that's the idea. All right. So wait, what were we talking about a second ago? We wanted to talk about, you said logos. So, audit. Okay.
I don't know if you want to do it now or another time, or if you need more time to, look at my 40 different posts or whatever.
But let me talk about this first. There's a girl out there, and I freaking love this. This girl's so great. She's a graphic designer. Have you ever seen this Instagram of this girl? She's a graphic designer, and she wanted, I guess like the underlying backstory looked like, what up, Tony? She wanted to be like a graphic designer for the NFL. So I'm sure she did sent the resume, sent her portfolio. And then she just started doing graphics of videos like this, of her at her pad, of just reimagining every team's logo. Well, I would do this, and I would make this their alternate jersey. And they were cool videos because they moved, they were fast. You went from old, we can't do the Browns because they don't have a logo. But the Giants logo, and then boom, you're this new one, and you're like, damn. And it is a cool thing to watch before transformation and after, especially because all these logos. Well, I believe the story, I'll have to look it up when you guys are talking. She got some crazy job. Of course she did. She's really good at it. And she figured out content is king. Everybody knows that. That's the phrase. But distribution is the pope. So she made her static dynamic. I can design logos. But she did it, and she did it in public. The reason I'm saying this was David just brought up, hey, Jimmy, I know you're doing sort of audits for people's media, and it's a great way to drum up business, right? Movement audits, movement screens. I'm willing to do that. But my question is, if there's a client out there, I know the answer that Tony's going to give. If there's a client out there that you want to work with, or that's your moonshot, just do the audit, record it, and give it away live. I'm going to audit APTA Texas tomorrow. And not because I'm taking shots at Texas, just because I'm they're a big chapter. I'd love to work with them. And what better way of saying, I couldn't send my resume and send a pitch and DM all their people. Or I could just do the thing. Do I need their permission? And then I give it away. Take the information I give you. Here's my insights. Maybe it's garbage. I don't know. So that's my idea, was just start doing audits. Start doing the thing that I say I'm good at. And just, all right, if I were you, here from what. And the good thing about what I'm doing is most of it has to be public facing anyway. There's a lot that APTA sections and academies do in email that's behind a paywall or a login wall, but a lot of it's private, and that's how you get new members, and that's where most people live anyway. So all the information I really need, I don't need anything behind a paywall. It's all available to me. So I might start doing audits without permission. What would I call it? Unauthorized biography, unauthorized communications audit. I'll come up with something better.
Why do I?
Oh, man, what? Now I can't hear Tony. I can't hear you.
No, I lost him too. He's standing though.
Wait, I got you. Hold on.
He looks leaner than ever.
I got you. Yeah, you look good, dude. You look.
It's just the angle.
Yeah, you're cutting out. Unless you're messing with me. Remember the scene from Ocean's 11 where Brad Pitt is talking to Matt Damon? By the way, some of my favorite movies. And he's given Linus, Matt Damon, this pep. He's like, do this, don't do this. Don't say 5 words when 3 will do. Don't put your hands here. Don't put your, and absolutely, definitely don't do. And someone's like, hey, and he's like, oh, and he just walks away. And he's like, what was the last thing that you were going to tell me? That's what I feel like Tony's doing to us. He's like, what I really, and then you'll be successful. It's like, wait a second. What was the advice? What are your thoughts of me just going rogue and auditing people and giving away the thoughts? There's no one can stop me.
It's a great content idea, and it's also going to get your potential, you're putting value out there,
right?
And then more folks a bunch of these folks already know you, they've seen you, or they definitely heard your voice. It's no different than Tony and I putting out patient facing videos, and then other patients in the future see those videos and they're like, oh, that's kind of like me, or I like the way that they're doing that, or whatever, and let me contact them for either a telehealth call or an in-person evaluation or whatever they have to offer. So it makes a ton of sense for you to do it. It is literally a content idea for you to actually put out content that's actually valuable, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And then those other decision makers, just like you said, multiple people have watched this recently, and they contacted you when you last week had the idea about Ignite Lab, and they're like, oh, that's interesting. And it starts a conversation, and let's see if they're the right fit for you.
It's crazy how many people actually listen to this. It's weird. You forget about it because we had the conversation Thursday. You're like, well, that's over. But that's not how the internet works. Tony, what do you think of my crazy idea? I'm just going to start auditing people and videoing it, my thoughts. It's just going to be me and the dry erase board and whatever.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I mean, the true, tried and true strategy for doing it. Don't ask, don't, try to convince, just start doing it. Let the value speak for itself, especially if you have the time. Right now, you have the time to do something like that.
Time.
Yeah, if it gets successful, you won't have that time. Right. So go ahead. We even use a strategy like that in the clinic a lot of times. Patients can come in, they can come back. Like, I don't care if I don't get paid, just come in here. Let's start doing stuff. Let's get you feeling better. Then we'll figure out the payment later. I can do that because I have the capacity for something like that. Yeah. There's always value to be had. There's always value to be had, whether it be monetary or referrals or something.
Okay. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a quick communications audit. What I'm doing is I just set up, I'll give away the formula for free. Talk to ChatGPT for about a half hour. I was like, what's going to be actionable? What's going to be digestible? What's going to be useful, even if the person takes it and does it without me? That's the kicker. They can do it without me. If they haven't done it already, they're not going to. Like, that's the magic, people. We could do this and figure out a plan of care, but I'm always going to be like, am I doing it right? Should I be doing this? Well, I'm different, but I don't even know how to explain it, right? So it's like, I see these things, you guys see these things, but people who don't make content and do these things don't see these things. They don't want to do this. My buddy loves lawn care. I love you. He's great. I could care less. I got a ride-on mower. I'll do it when I have to. But he's like, do you want to know how to put the lines in your lawn? And I'm like, does it take long? And he's like, kinda. And I was like, then no. I don't want to do that. But I love the fact that he does. So this is what, I think I told this last week, what inspired me to eventually, sometimes it's the 400th time someone has to tell you this. You guys have been telling me this for a million years. I watched someone mow my neighbor's lawn and I'm like, I know he has a lawnmower. Why is he paying someone to do it? He's not paying someone to do it. He's paying someone so he doesn't have to do it. That's what I'm doing now. What I'm doing is not painting the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. I'm not painting the Mona Lisa. I'm getting stuff done. And I am getting I'm trying to stretch until I get the logo, getting the message out.
Get Mo.
Get Mo. Get Mo.
Your jingle should be me saying, get Mo.
Yeah. Like EA Sports, but shorter. Get Mo.
I like it.
How much do you want, Mo? Gotta go to Mo's. We could steal that. All right.
Gotta go to Mo's.
So what were we sharing? What did I download? Okay, so I had a LinkedIn post. We'll do this first just because it's top of mind. No other reason. I have a Peloton bike. I bought that when everybody else in the world was buying that during COVID. I still ride it, though. I knew I was going to ride it, so I knew it wasn't going to be a clothes hanger. And then I love Facebook Marketplace. It's a sport. I treat it like a sport. You can find anything there, or it's just fun to see what's there. And anyway, so I have a Peloton Tread. Would not pay full price for a Peloton Tread. That's insane. They're like $4,000. Not happening. But anyway, I use them frequently now. And badges. We've talked about badges before. Here's some of Jimmy's badges. And nope, that's not a badge. Here's some of Jimmy's badges. You get badges for doing events. I'll upload it in a second, but you get badges for hitting milestones for a certain number of rides or runs or, different exercise combinations and things like that. It's a blatant shot at making sure I keep doing the thing. Because if I stop doing the thing, my guess is, oh, look at that. There's my rides. I'm at somewhere above 700 rides. So I'll talk about a few things. Number one, when I signed up for my bike, I don't remember doing this, but I must have told them my t-shirt size and they have my address because it's a billing address. And when I hit 100 rides, I got a dope t-shirt that I still have. That's church club.
It's not the digital badges, guys. That is the genius part where it's connected to a physical thing in your physical world. That's the genius.
So I agree. So the Century Club, I was shocked because now I'm like, 100 was cool. I've been paying $40 a month, I think it is, since 2020. So for 5 years. Somebody math that. ChatGPT's down, so I can't even do math anymore. But I was surprised at 500 or maybe 1,000 I'll get something, but that's a lot. The digital badges, I don't think I would share these. Some people do, though. Some people in a tribe do, and they share these.
And they need help.
But I think it's not the badge that I like so much. I think it's tracking of results. Like, if you had asked me yesterday how many rides I did, I would be like, I don't know, 400, 900. I have no idea. But it's going to keep track. It's going to show me how many rides, how many runs, how many lifts, all those different things. And we're big dumb animals. And oh, look at that! Someone just sent me someone just gave me a notification on LinkedIn. Is that for me or is that generic? But someone sent me a DM. That has to be for me. That's like ultimate like brain crack. So I don't know. Like, badges were brought up a long time ago. We chased them. We put them on the wall in frames that they say degree or, you know, doctorate or master's. We do, those are badges too. But I've never seen it in rehab. I'm not saying it's not done. And EMR feels like it'd be the layup place to do it because that's where all the big black hole. So I threw this post out there. What are your thoughts? Dave doesn't want badges. He wants physical things. I don't disagree with you.
I want to hear Tony, but I have more. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I saw that, I started asking questions about EMRs. I mean, we know the science of motivation. We know the science of protecting the streak, keep it going. Like, since January 1, 2025, I have not missed a single week of exceeding the requirements for my Facebook posts. You know, and some weeks it's like 30 or 40 posts in a week to get the badge, to complete the assignment. And I've done it every single week. There's no chance I'm going to stop and lose my streak of that. It's such an effective strategy, whether it be something virtual, something physical. It's across all settings. Like, everything we do, we need that motivation to keep us going.
What do you think, Dave?
So there's on the Apple Watch, there's like these random badges, like when I do workouts, and if I'm like walking fast or if I'm jogging, like my Apple Watch will automatically say like, hey, are you jogging right now? Do you want to record this jog? I'm like, I guess. Like, I'm recording it on my Nike Plus app or whatever, but I guess I will secondarily record it through my Apple Watch and never look at it ever again.
Yep.
So okay, well, let's record. And then Apple Watch or whatever ecosystem that iOS sends me these little badges. And if you put a gun to my head, I literally don't know what any of the badges, what are their names? There's like different colors and stuff. And that, for me, that does not keep me going, right? So maybe I'm different. Maybe I'm a different consumer. I have a different motivator. Tony mentioned motivation. The same type of thing with the digital badges that you're displaying, Jimmy, like that will maybe help some people.
Yeah.
But it's the recognition. It's when you're in a Peloton class and the instructor is shouting you out verbally, that's not automated, and they're shouting out, you know, hey, at PT Pinscast,
they do it all the time.
James McKay, PT Pinscast, whatever that means. Congratulations on your 500th ride or whatever, right? That the recognition is kind of like the holy grail of business to light a fire or to continue the fire of that user, of that customer, patient, client, whatever.
Yeah.
Ben's comment.
Ben says, his watch says, do you want me to call 911? Someone must be chasing you.
It's so fast. But to Dave's point, I bet, Dave, you just get, even if it's not noticeable, you get a little dopamine hit when you do get some sort of notification. Like, I know Jimmy has shared it. I've shared it. vidIQ, when you pass so many, 100,000, 25,000, a billion.
Jimmy posts them on LinkedIn.
You share it. It's like one of those things. And even at the lowest level, I know that there's a little dopamine hit that happens when you're like, I did this and most other people haven't done that. Yeah. I got up at 6 a.m. and most people are in bed until 8, like whatever it is, any of those little recognitions, I guarantee there's physiology happening in the brain that's making you more receptive to whatever that company then wants to sell you next or deliver or whatever.
Yeah, I did. What was I just going to say? Oh, I mean, just the rings, like a visual representation of how much I've moved, exercised, and stood. And it does. It makes me go, oh, I'm kind of a pile of poo today, man. Like, you're a little lazy. Maybe you want to see what the sky looks like today, bro. Like, go outside. So I think it does something. Ben wants to know if I don't know who is asking me, who you guys wear a shirt that says I'm kind of a big deal on the internet. No, but I would wear that shirt. So the badges for me felt like this. I'm looking up some badges that I had that I created before. Oh, this is what it was. This was when I had a Shopify store and I was doing like funny things. And I was like, what would the merit badges be if you were in PT school, but make them funny? So this one is failed a practical and survived. This one is got shocked during modalities. And like, if you look close, they look like they're stitched like in graphics. Asked the most questions during lecture. There was always that person who would not put their hand down, just like stop. Tested the wrong side. Who hasn't earned this merit badge, right?
Treated the wrong side.
Treated the wrong side. Vomited 3+ times during cadaver lab. Whoops, you earned that merit badge. And then I tried, my graphic designer at the time tried to get cutesy, listened to every episode of the PT Plancast. Or this is the last one, passed out during surgery observation. Like, these are great. Like, you buy one for... Did you really pass out? Hold on. Ben's got a paragraph at IC. Yeah, Strava is a good example. But what's up? With Strava and a lot of biking apps are really good about giving you feedback and ranking. When I ride Peloton, I do the thing where I want to know who's here now. Because you can look at everybody historically. Like, 25,000 people have taken this ride. I want to see who I'm riding with now. Because and even though I'm supposed to stay in zone 2, there's that guy who's the same age as me, because you can see the age brackets, and he's 4 kilojoules ahead of me, and I'm like, not for long, brother. And so I blow up my entire workout to beat some guy that probably like does not know or care. Showing the patient progress to goals and streaks in comparison to others can likely help reinforce healthy behaviors, creating a group around them. Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm shocked that an EMR hasn't done this. This feels cute, but powerful, and it feels like simple. Even if it was like every time you logged in, if you were a PT and like Tony was my patient, I'd be like, hey, do you realize if you've done what you've told me, you've done 500 squats. And you're like, what? It's like, dude, the first 20 are horrible. And you're like, cool, 20, bro. But when you start to pile it on, you're like, 700 whatever rides. How come I keep showing? Yeah. Yes, wow, 700 rides? And I'm like, I don't want to do the math because I've had the bike for a couple of years. I'm like, I don't know. Is that a lot? Like, or is it motivational the other way? Like, hey, that's great. Or, hey, you've had the bike for 5 years. 700 is not that much, lard ass. Why don't you start pedaling more? But I guess you decide. I don't know. If our goal is, if one of our biggest things is, and I hate using the term too, because I've heard enough people talk about patient compliance, but our goal is behavior change. That's really what this is. Why wouldn't we be taking and using all the tools at our disposal? This feels like a layup.
So I think what it is, you've got EMRs that kind of run the show.
Yeah.
And they've been so focused on, and I think they've done a good job on back-end operations, billing and collection and invoicing. Yeah. So like, I put that post up about what EMR allows me to take a before and after picture and import it into the system and bringing out onto an evaluation report, progress report, whatever. The closest thing I got was Jane app allows somebody to take a picture of the patient, which is helpful because you don't realize I've got a small practice. We probably don't have, 20 or 30 active patients at any given time, maybe a little bit more. I still have to go in, open the EMR, go to documents, find the patient's driver's license to see who is this person. Like, I forgot who this person was by name. I have to see their picture and I have to go 3 clicks deep before I get to the driver's license. So it's one of those things where it's like every fitness center, if I go to Planet Fitness for $10, they probably have my photo there. Like, these are the little things. So EMRs are focused on something different.
Yeah.
They're not focused on patient retention, patient experience, like making it a better service.
Should be.
That's where I think there's a huge gap in the market. And one of the things, like my Map My Run, it's an Under Armour, but I think they just sold.
Yeah.
They send me a weekly report. Hey, you ran 23 miles this week, whatever. Like, that little weekly report keeps them front of mind. And it's something that I enjoy seeing.
Yep. Yeah. Ben was saying his Uber driver gets badges. Companies for money are doing this. That's when you know it's important. McDonald's used to do this. Do you remember this? On their billboards, on their signs, on their golden arches, it would be like 10 million served. And then it was like 1 billion served. And then I think it just ran out of numbers and they were like, we're just going to take this off. But that's like a weird, like, do you guys know what Smurl is?
No.
I want one of these, but I would say to someone, if you have a brick and mortar PT clinic, Tony, that you were like, we think social is a strategy. We think organic social is a strategy. Then this is for you. I mean, bring it up on screen.
The counter? The counter. Yeah.
Simple. And it's $300. So what you do is you get this.
Yeah.
So you bring it on screen and it's this wooden box that sits there and it's the old school, like train station, right? The flicky counter to say stuff. And you just say like, here's my account at, Concierge Pain Relief. If Dave had a brick and mortar and it's behind the front desk, subtly sitting there. And you're kind of like, I kind of gotta know if it's going to do, is it going to do it right now? Or does it update at the end of the day? And you're like, try it out. Like never, that's what I would try my front desk staff. Never answer them. Just go try it out. Cause you could see someone like follow, unfollow, follow. That's what I would do. Unfollow, follow, unfollow, just to watch it go flick, 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 flick. But we did this in radio. We stole something like this in radio. When digital billboards first came out, we were given, this is what happened a lot in radio. You were given like, hey, you've got the ability to send text messages. Figure out how to use that. Like, and don't make people pissed off. I was given, when digital billboards came out, we did trade. So the billboard company got free radio commercials to whatever, give away, and we got ad space on digital billboards. So I was like, what am I going to do? I'm a radio station. So I talked to my engineer and I was like, is this possible? And this is like 15 years ago. We had digital data that would go to your car radio to tell you what song was playing. And we just scroll. That digital information needed to be embedded. I was like, could we do that? And he goes, hang on. And he came back to the billboard people and they go, yes. So you'd be driving on Interstate 81 and it would be like 97.9X is playing Nickelback, How You Remind Me. And people are like, why is that cool? And I'm like, you gotta turn it on. Just say, is it right? Is it accurate? Does that work? Or is that just a random scrolling thing? Right? Or, hey, freaking love this song. Or I freaking hate that song. I don't know. But like, it's itchy. You know what I mean? You got to scratch that itch. So I feel
I love what Ben said here. Or therapists, for example, 1,000 rotator cuff patients.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine accumulating for a therapist. We talk about burnout. We talk about motivation. We talk about all that stuff for therapists. Like, why aren't we applying these strategies for the staff? So how many total degrees of range of motion have you increased over the lifetime of your career? Ooh. How many pounds of total weight have you had patients lift over the lifetime of your career? Like these things, of course, you go down how many units generated. Yeah. But these are things that I think would potentially keep a therapist motivated.
The Red Cross does this, although I don't think they do it well enough. I'm in the gallon.
Donated.
I'm in like the several gallon club or whatever. We did a promotion with the Red Cross. The Red Cross was like, everybody at the radio station had to pick a charity, and mine was the Red Cross for some reason. And we would do disaster relief, money, and then blood. And then we would partner with, craft beer was really coming on the scene. So pint for a pint. To the point where the Red Cross had to be like, you have to put it like, you have to put a date. This is good 7 days later because freaking nitwits are donating blood and then running to the brewery. So we had to be like, this is good, but it's a week later. Like, well, and then we partnered with like ice cream, like local dairies that made ice cream, pint for a pint. It's just about spinning and making the invisible visible. And I think badges do that. I still think that idea of surprise and delight when I got that Century Club t-shirt. Because by the way, it was about me on the front. There was no logo for Peloton except on a sleeve. And I was like, yep, I'm the hero. They're the guide. Ask me about my Century Club t-shirt, guys. Like, that's what I'm wearing this, so you ask me about it. But if we know people are big dumb animals, myself very much included, why aren't we doing more? I think, spoiler alert, we should be.
Hey, it's Dave Kittle. Are you a healthcare business owner or physical therapy practice owner who is looking to figure out your succession plan or exit strategy? We might be able to help. And in fact, we may be interested in acquiring your practice. If you're interested, you can reach out to me. Shoot me an email at dave@conciergepainrelief.com. That's DAVE at CONCIERGE painrelief.com, or You can call me at any time, 646-781-8884.